Princeton Youth Ballet is comprised of approximately 50 dancers, ages 6 to 20. I was inspired to start Princeton Youth Ballet because at the time, my co-founder, Susan Jaffe, who had been a principal dancer with American Ballet Theater, and I decided that we wanted a company similar to the one in which we grew up. And that was called Maryland Youth Ballet. And there was always a challenge in front of us. There was always an opportunity to perform principal roles. There was always somewhere to go within this company from the time we were very, very young. There was nothing similar to that in this area, and that's how Princeton Youth Ballet came to be. Training is extremely important for dancers in a ballet company. If we are expecting them to do very difficult skills, it would be like asking someone to write a novel without knowing the language. Our older dancers take class 5 or 6 days a week.
We have ballet technique class, and then afterwards we could have either variations or one of the other classes we take, like jazz or modern or stretch. I wake up in the morning and I'm normally pretty tired as I make my way out the door to school, but somehow when I get in the car to come here, I wake up.
It's not instant gratification by any means. This is hard work for many years.
I mean, class is a really great opportunity to work for yourself and try to focus on your technique and your artistry and not so much even on the teacher or the others around you. In class, I'm sort of in the zone and I can practice what I need to practice and do what's best for me.
Well, today we are auditioning for the Snow Queen.
My feelings about auditions are, it's kind of mixed emotions because I'm excited and nervous at the same time of like, am I going to make what I wanted to make? Am I not going to? It's scary sometimes.
It's really exciting when we start new shows and everyone's really excited about their new characters and different things that they get to do.
But what I'm really looking for is their ability to convey their character through movement, through gesture, through facial expression, not just technique. I mean, that really is what sets Princeton Youth Ballet apart. Our youngest dancers in particular are asked to do things that I really don't think any other situation would demand of them. They have to know cues, they need to remember where they need to be at all times, and they need to be able to change on a dime when I say, I want you on stage left instead of stage right. The memorization, I mean, you have to pick up choreography very quickly. You have to be thinking of 10 things at the same time. You have to be thinking spatially. You have to be thinking about the music rhythmically, the sequence, your personal space. There's so many things going on and coming at you at any moment. You're literally on your toes. I don't know where else you would get those skills. I just think it makes for a fuller human experience. You can see them on the side mimicking older dancers. I mean, they learn so much just from watching the others. They see the progress, they feel the progress. We're all growing together. It's so important for young dancers to have a really challenging performing opportunity.
Class, after a while, gets monotonous and it's hard to keep yourself going, but if you're working towards a goal like a performance, it's just that much more, it gives you that much more of an incentive to keep going. And Princeton Youth Ballet puts on these amazing productions, and I feel like in some productions I get to like move in and out of scenes and just like kind of be on stage and be like really comfortable with that idea, and like stage fright or things like that have never really meant anything to me, just because I've had so many opportunities to just take on different characters and different personalities and test myself and test my limits.
Once you're on stage, you can feed off the audience. The adrenaline is there and it's amazing.
Performance is about the audience and making them feel something.
You can't just dance in class every day and expect to improve your character development and, as I was saying, artistry. When you're watching a dancer perform, you see steps. You see their technique, you see lines, you might see beautiful feet, beautiful extensions. When you're watching an artist, the artist makes you feel a story, even if it's a ballet or contemporary piece or anything with no story. They can still somehow make it into a story and make you feel how they're feeling. You can see their joy when they're performing. You can see an intense passion for what they're doing.
My goal is to empower dancers right from the beginning to be artists. I don't want to see a robot. I don't want to just see the technique. I want it to be imbued with life.
You have audiences in front of you and their emotions are like solely reliant on what you decide to share with them or how you decide to share yourself. And I think that that's one of the most amazing aspects of dance.
There's something that happens viscerally to the audience when they see that. They don't know that's what they're seeing. But that's communicating that you're alive, that you're a person, and they go there with you. By far the most satisfying part of directing the company is watching these young dancers evolve into mature performers and authentic artists.